not all doctors know everything. If your doctor pretends they know everything, they might not be a good doctor. All right, I'm excited for this video. I'm gonna be reacting to a Jubilee video, which I think officially makes me a real YouTuber. And I like Jubilee's content. I've always wanted to react to their stuff. And I think this is a perfect first video to do it. And it's titled Find the Real Doctor. So I'm gonna be hopefully sniffing out who the real doctor is. All right, let's get into it.
Hey good humans, it's Jason and Jada, the director of this video.
We just want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Janu. They're the ones that provided the awesome scrubs that our doctors are wearing. And
I like Janu, or Janu. These are actually Janu scrubs. I don't know if you could tell. I don't know if it says it anywhere. But yeah, they've sent me scrubs before. This is not sponsored, but Janu, if you want to send me some more scrubs, feel free.
ones that we currently have on right now.
Honestly, my parents always wanted me to be a doctor growing up. That never really happened, but had I known that you could wear comfortable scrubs like this every day, I would honestly reconsider.
Be sure to stick around to see.
To be honest, it is nice to wear comfortable scrubs. I wear them as much as possible when going into the hospital.
How you can get your first pair of Janu scrubs. But until then, enjoy the video.
When you guys were on call, what was your least favorite thing to be woken up by?
I got a little bit annoyed with the Tylenol call, but you know, I had to do what I had to do, so.
I did have to see a patient.
That did not sound like how a real doctor would say it. And they probably would use the word acetaminophen. Maybe, we'll see.
Patient for like herpes in his eye, so that wasn't very pleasant.
I am a doctor.
5 are posers. 1 is the real deal.
In a room full of liars.
All right, let's put some stakes on this. If I don't, and I pinky promise I've never seen this before, if I do not get the right doctor, I will donate $250 to someone who comments, likes, and subscribes on this video.
Liars. Can these teams find the real deal?
So, how are we feeling?
Oh, we're feeling good. We're feeling good.
Yeah, I feel like maybe a little more confident than I should be now that I get a look at you.
They ain't ready. They ain't ready. Okay, numbers 1 through 6 in that order. Could you tell us your specialties and what school you went to?
I'm a dermatologist and I went to UCI.
I'm a urologist and I went to University of Tennessee.
I'm an emergency doctor and I went to UCF as well.
Physical therapist, Rutgers University.
I'm a pediatrician and I went to Drexel University.
I'm an optometrist and I went to Southern California College of Optometry.
Okay. The only thing that's a little strange here is that they have optometrist and physical therapist. Not that you can't have a doctorate for those technically, but it's not the traditional like MD or DO that you would think of. So I'm not really sure why they did that, but whatever, we'll proceed.
Number 6, can you tell me what 20/20 vision means?
Yeah, so basically it's kind of complicated. There's a lot of like physics to it, but there's a certain angle that's subtended by the letters that are on the Snellen chart that you're looking at. And so they standardize that at 20 feet distance. So if you're 20/20, you're seeing what someone should be seeing at 20 feet. But if you're 20/30, what someone can see at 30 feet, you need to be standing at 20 feet in order to see.
When you...
Okay, that wasn't bad. I don't know if I would say that's the doctor though.
Your least favorite thing to be woken up by?
During my residency, I actually had a case of Stephen Johnson's, and that was very scary to see.
A large accident.
All right, that sounded plausible.
With fatalities is always a grim scene to come into, especially if children are involved. So that's the worst thing that
That's not a doctor.
I've ever had to do.
I got a little bit annoyed with the Tylenol call, but you know, I had to do what I had to do, so.
My emergencies are mainly during like a practice or a real game. I've had ankle injuries that needed to be like lowered inflammation and put ice packs or certain, massage therapy.
That's not a doctor.
Seeing any babies in pain and then
Or I guess physical therapist.
loss is the hardest thing.
I haven't been on call as much, honestly, but I did have to see a patient for like herpes in his eye, so that wasn't very pleasant.
I think you'd be thinking?
I'm
Think what I'm thinking?
thinking what I'm thinking.
I'm thinking what you're thinking. Okay,
Okay.
we're ready to make an elimination.
Each team will try to find the real deal by eliminating the imposters.
All right, so far, in terms of who might be the doctor, I'm thinking it could be 1, it could be 6, and I don't remember what 5 said. I don't think 4, 2, or 3 are doctors.
If both teams eliminate the same person, they will be removed from the game.
When you ask about why they don't like being called at night, you know, it's so sad, and the children, and this like general thing, I was like, okay, that's nice, but meh.
How long have you been practicing?
Damn. Harsh.
I have been out of residency for a little over a year.
I graduated in 1993 and went right into work, so.
That's not how that works. All right, that's not a doctor.
28.
I graduated medical school at 2021.
I've been practicing for 15 years.
I finished my residency at USC Medical Center 5 years ago.
That was a confident answer. I'm going to keep an eye on her.
Year.
Doctor number 1, I have a question. For the medical terminology, intra versus inter, since you're a dermatologist, what's the difference?
Yeah, so it has been a while since I've been in medical terminology, but I definitely use inter a lot, and that would be inside. And then intra, gosh, I don't remember off the top of my head.
All right, she's going lower on my is an actual doctor list. I'm trying to think of like a medical circumstance where we use those words. I'm sure we do, but that's not like that big of a deal. Also, medical terminology is not actually a class I've ever taken. And also that question is not necessarily specific to dermatology.
The top of my head.
Doctor number 4, can you name me the different kinds of cruciate ligaments?
3? You said 3?
However many there are.
Oh, we got the anterior, interior. Oh, yeah.
All right, he's out. That was a good attempt, though. There's no interior cruciate ligament. There's anterior cruciate ligament. You have a posterior cruciate ligament. I don't know what else they want. You have the meniscus in your knee. You have your MCL, your LCL.
And for knee.
Gotcha.
Doctor number 3, what system is the lymph nodes a part of?
The lymphatic system.
Not bad.
Are we allowed to eliminate 2?
No, just 1.
Okay.
He could be the doctor. All right, he's moving higher up on my board now.
Confidence, ready.
As a reminder, if both teams eliminate the same person, that person will be removed from the game.
When I asked him to name me the cruciate ligaments, and he answered,
Oh, that's what they said, the cruciate ligaments. Okay.
not a cruciate ligament. As a physical therapist, you should probably know that.
Doctor number 5, could you tell me a common medication that you prescribe for one of your patients?
Benevate, it's for babies that have phimosis before they get circumcised. We try that method first. An average is like 50 milligrams.
Doctor number 5, I had a question for you too. For a baby.
To be honest, I didn't even know that, so I can't even fact check it.
Under 28 days, if they had a fever, how much Motrin would you give them?
Ideally none.
Ooh, she knows her
Yeah, she's good. She might be the doctor.
stuff. Okay. Go ahead.
Doctor number 6, if a patient had glaucoma, what kind of prescription would you give them?
You could give them something called latanoprost. So it's an eye drop. You'd use that one at nighttime only, in whichever eye had the glaucoma.
And then what would be the abbreviation?
I want to know, like, were they told what role they're going to be playing beforehand so they could, like, go and look up some facts?
For nighttime only?
QHS.
Our resident, number 3, can you tell me what a normal blood pressure is and then kind of explain to me what those numbers mean?
120 over 80, and 120 is a systolic, so pretty much the amount of blood that's in the chamber before it's ejected, and then the bottom number is basically the resting.
It's more the pressure that's being exerted against your arterial walls during the contractile phase, right? So when your heart is pumping, when it's contracting versus when it's relaxing, which is going to be your diastolic pressure.
Could you tell me what kind of cars you guys drive?
Serious? I drive a Toyota.
This is not going to identify, it's a good question. It hopefully shouldn't identify whether they're a doctor, more just what their financial habits are. But
Calendar.
So I have been driving the same car since I was 15. I drive
Me too. Honda Accord, 2012.
a CRV. I am still paying off medical school, so I will be driving that until it cannot be driven anymore.
I think we're ready.
That's not a bit. She kind of sounds like a doctor, though. But that question before really threw me off.
Make another elimination.
In this round, both teams have decided that one person is definitely not the real deal. number 4.
We'll miss you.
Thank you.
That was an easy one.
Wackiest story from a patient on the job. Down the line. Sorry, I'd love to hear from all of you.
So we had a TikTok star in one time, and when I entered the room, he was standing on the medical bed, filming something, pretending he was surfing. So that was definitely very interesting.
It was
No matter what story they tell right now, I'm going to say it's probably believable because some pretty crazy things happen in the hospital.
a vaginal occlusion.
All right, this guy's got to go. He's not a doctor.
Around with a bottle and created a vacuum, therefore lodging the bottle in her vagina.
I had this elderly patient. She has some sundowning, some form of dementia, but she...
I feel like this guy might be a medical student or a pre-med student or something. He's not the doctor, but he knows enough. Maybe. I don't know.
Asking me to go to the bathroom with her to show her a good time.
A mother asked me, is it okay to put false eyelashes on?
That's an aggressive line. Wow. I've never had anyone hit on me that aggressively, but it does happen. You have to be good at deflecting.
Her newborn baby for pictures.
For me, I had a guy come in because he was playing with a Nerf gun, and then I guess he got hit in the eye, and then he ended up having like traumatic uveitis, and then he got some glaucoma as a result from that. So that was.
Oh, she shouldn't have talked too much. All right, she's now out on my list. She's out. All right, I'm between now 1 and 4.
It's pretty crazy.
Nerf or nothing, right?
Yeah.
You've got glaucoma from getting hit with a Nerf gun. Okay.
We're good to eliminate.
Oh, okay. I guess 3's still in, but I don't think it's.
Doctor number 2.
Sorry, sir.
Thank you. Bye-bye. So we eliminated number 2 next because there were very broad answers given. It wasn't very specific to what a urologist actually does.
So this is a question for doctors 3 and 5. You walk into the room and you see the patient's monitor flatline. You feel their pulse, there's nothing there. How many joules are you going to shock them with? Doctor number 5.
5.
And doctor number 3.
200.
Yeah, I think 5's a little bit low.
Dr. 1?
It has been a while since I've been in the ER. I am a dermatologist after all, but if I remember correctly, it's 150 joules.
Okay, and Dr. 6?
I believe that. If you're a dermatologist, you probably love all my dermatologist friends, but you might not remember this.
Yeah, so I definitely don't work in the emergency room, so I don't really work with that. I'm not sure.
That's fair.
That's fair. Not all doctors know everything. If your doctor pretends they know everything, they might not be a good doctor.
That was a question everyone got wrong. The answer is none, because you don't shock asystole. But that's something medical TV sometimes gets wrong. Everybody comes in there with the paddles ready to go.
I don't know. I don't know who's
I don't know anything
the real
anymore.
deal at this point.
Also, it's usually around 200 joules, I believe, but sometimes you might start lower, a little bit lower, and work your way up. It also depends on the size of the patient sometimes. I didn't even hear, honestly, the beginning of the question. She's right. I just heard how many joules, and then you automatically think, all right, how many joules should you be shocking with? But yes, that's correct. There's only certain rhythms like VFib, etc., that you would shock. And it'll say, actually, the AEDs and stuff will say if there's a shockable rhythm detected, and then it'll get ready, and then you go clear, and then the shock happens.
Okay, I have a question for doctor number 3. So earlier I asked you what system the lymph nodes are part of.
I feel like they went back and looked something up, and then I think she's trying to say the immune system. That must be what she's going for.
I know that it recycles dead cells, fights off infections and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this feels like he's a pre-med student, not even a medical student, pre-med student.
I'm just at the tip of my head. I'm just nervous right now, so I can't.
Doctor number 1, do you know what the answer is?
I believe it's the circulatory system.
Doctor number 6, do you agree?
The immune system.
Sweet. Okay.
If doctor number 3, or whoever's not all the way to the right, but second to the right, gets this right, she's the winner. She's the doctor.
Doctor number 6, do you agree?
The immune system.
That's right.
Sweet. Okay.
Doctor number 5, what is the average?
Oh, 5. That's what I meant.
Heartbeat of a newborn versus a 1-year-old.
For a newborn, it's lower, so maybe like 35 beats per minute. It elevates by the
Okay, this is harder than I thought. No, newborns usually have actually higher heart rates, and they definitely are not going to have heart rates of 35. This is definitely not, if she said pediatrician, definitely not a pediatrician.
35 beats per minute. It elevates by the time they're 1.
Oh man, I don't know. I don't know who it is. I thought for sure I was going to get this right. Now I don't know.
Obviously, so maybe like 40, 45.
Okay, I'm ready to make an elimination.
I'm ready too, yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's look. Okay, it could technically be 6, but no, that glaucoma answer didn't make any sense. So it's not 6. It can't be 5 now after that. So maybe the pre-med or med student that I've been thinking is actually the doctor. Could be. I mean, he did get the 200 joules, right? But that last answer on the lymphatics, I mean, it's possible he's like a first-year resident, wasn't thinking of what they were asking and couldn't think of the word immune system. Like, that makes more sense than saying the circulatory system, to be honest. All right, now I'm between 3 and 1. I think that's a good elimination.
Number 5.
Thank you.
Thank you.
She talked about the heartbeat for a baby. That gave it away.
She answered that a resting heart rate of a fetus or infant is 35, which it'd be very concerning.
True.
Yeah, they'd be not alive.
Okay, I think we're gonna have a demonstration. I was just gonna have Dr. Number 6 do a little eye exam with my pen light on Andre.
Okay.
And tell us what she's looking for.
Let's see what Dr. Number 6 got. Is she a pro or not?
See those skills in action.
I mean, there's not much you need to do with like a pen light. You're really just, I mean, I'm not a trained optometrist or ophthalmologist, but usually I'm pretty sure the pen light, you're just looking for pupil dilation, constriction, if they're symmetrical.
All right, so first I'm going to be checking to see if your pupils are equally responsive to light and if they are equal in terms of size. I'm going to do the direct response first, so just look straight ahead for me, please. Cool, so when I shine it between the 2 eyes, I'm looking to see if the other one stays constricted, because that means that there's like a good communication between like the brain. So that's what
No, okay. I just don't, I mean, maybe, but I just, if I had to bet my $250 that I'm giving away to one of the subscribers on this video, I don't think it's her.
So that's what I'm looking for.
Okay, Dr. Number 1, can you tell me what medication you typically prescribe to patients with cystic acne?
Yes, so if the acne is bad enough, we're going to put them on Accutane, but that is a high-risk drug, so we have to make sure that the women come in every month and give us a pregnancy test. And then I also recommend to not drink very much when you're on that medication.
I could be wrong here. I don't think it's every month. I think you just get the pregnancy test before starting it, but that would be pretty frequent to come in every single month for a pregnancy test.
For men as well.
Last thing, does a bar of soap clean the face pretty well?
It can, yes. I have some patients that don't even use soap when they wash their face, and they have beautiful skin, so it kind of just depends on your physiology.
Thank you.
We're locking in the real deal.
All right, I have to make a decision. The ER doctor really threw me off when he said he was nervous, but you know, it is possible that he just got nervous. Maybe he's a resident in the ED. The 200 joules answer was pretty good, even though he got that wrong as well. I technically got that wrong as well. All right, I'm going to have to lock it in. It's the emergency room, emergency department, emergency medicine, however you want to refer to my amazing colleagues in the ER. That's who I'm locking in as the actual doctor. I don't know, what is he, number 3? I forget the numbers, but that's who we're going with. Yes, number 3.
Doctor Number 6, what is that machine called that blows air into your eye?
Yeah, so that's called it's a non-contact tonometer. It measures your eye pressure to screen for conditions like glaucoma.
The cones that are in our eye, what do they do?
So they help you perceive color.
What colors do we see?
Okay, sorry, I'm trying to think. red, green, and yellow.
Doctor number 3, talk me through intubating someone. What are you trying not to accidentally push it down instead?
You're not trying to push down the tongue so that they don't or it doesn't block the airway.
Okay. I'm gonna ask one more question real quick to Doctor number 1. Somebody has a mole. They want to get it checked out. What are some things they should look out for?
So changes in shape, color, if there's any pain, that's definitely something we want to know. And then
Pain would not be part of it. There's like the ABCDEs of examining moles. So it's like let's see if I get this right off the top of my head. Don't judge me. Asymmetry, borders, color, diameter. So like over 6 centimeters, I believe, is more concerning. I can't remember what E is, to be quite honest.
then throughout the mole, if there is different kinds of colors and textures, that's something that we want to look at as well.
That's not how a dermatologist would have answered it, because they would have gotten it way faster than I did.
That is all I needed. One of you is a real doctor. The other 5 of you are going to jail for impersonating a doctor.
I'm still locking in 3.
Those doctors look really nice, Jason.
They really do. When Dr. Neela, co-founder of Janu, put on her first pair of scrubs, she felt deflated. The boxy, baggy fit really did not inspire her to perform at her best. And that's why she created Janu, to help ensure that healthcare professionals everywhere achieve their greatness with comfortable scrubs that allow for peak performance.
Their breathable, antimicrobial fabrics are wrinkle-free, moisture-wicking, and allow you to be active and move with 0 distractions. Janu believes that better care has the power to provide a better world. So join them and reimagine your own greatness.
That's right. And today, for 15% off your first pair of scrubs, you can visit janu.com and use the code Jubilee15 at checkout. Now enjoy the rest of the video.
We think the real deal is Dr. number 1.
Dermatologist. We think she was knowledgeable about everything that she explained. She didn't really know the jewels, but like she said, she's not in the...
Agreed, but she didn't know the one question about how you would examine a mole or looking for skin cancer. I mean, I guess she had some answers, right? But it just wasn't the way I feel like a dermatologist would have answered it.
We think the real deal is Doctor number 1. She didn't fumble on any of her answers, and
this is gonna be really awkward if she's the doctor. I'm sorry in advance.
Patient.
In the event that both teams lock in the real deal, the team that locked in their guess first wins.
If the lights
I feel like they must have all right, we'll see.
on the floor turn green, that means that you have chosen the real deal. If they turn red, that means that you have chosen an imposter.
I'm nervous. Why am I so nervous?
3, 2, 1.
Oh! What the heck?
Yes, I have a chance.
Yes, hello teams. My name is Rebecca. I am not a doctor. I was in the medical field. My original plan was to be a PA, but then I left medicine. I went and got my MBA, and now I'm in marketing. I stopped working in healthcare 4 years ago, so it was a bit of a
I'm feeling good about myself right now. I'm not gonna lie.
I was an MA for dermatology and plastic surgery private office.
That makes sense. She had enough medical knowledge to answer some of the questions, but just didn't answer how a dermatologist would. Makes sense she was an MA.
Because you were not able to find the real deal, we will reveal them to you.
Oh, I got it wrong. Damn. A Nerf gun? Getting shot with a Nerf gun and then you developed glaucoma? I don't know. Optometry school is different than medical school, but that doesn't make any sense to me. I'm going to need an explanation on that.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you should have second.
It was right there.
I shouldn't have gone off the cones. Should have gone off the cones.
Hi, I'm Nicole, and I'm the real doctor. I think sometimes maybe the way I speak can come off a little ditzy. I don't know if it's just my own persona of myself, but I feel like some people don't really look at me and assume that I could be a doctor. I think that Dr. Number 1 did an amazing job. Like, I literally would go to her.
I was not expecting the medical fans to come in like so hot with those medical questions.
Yeah,
So they definitely gave us a run for our money. We had a good time.
I'm still bitter.
And that's all. I was down between those last two, so that was...
I'm bitter too. I mean, okay, so that was fun. Congrats to whoever wins the $250 in the comments below. Remember, you need to like, subscribe, comment. I will choose a winner within 2 weeks of this video going out, so if you're seeing it, you still have some time. I believe they were saying optometrist, the winner, which is not like an allopathic or osteopathic physician. So there's a lot of different ways to be called doctor, I guess. I mean, this is like a doctor of the eye. If you are a ophthalmologist, that means you went to medical school. So a lot of my classmates are now ophthalmologists, which is where you can perform surgeries on the eye. Either way, she was the doctor. This was a lot of fun. Hope you enjoyed. And let me know if you want me to do more reaction videos just like this.